SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. It's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This is swung out to Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
While you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
The numbers a week ago for Cook. 7 catches, 88 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A play fake for Gaskin. Now Tua. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Well, the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
They'll run now with Gaskin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Gaskin. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 39, Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Tua going to throw. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Second down and goal. Tua. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. Not much there, only a yard.
Let me see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 76 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That catch good for only a couple. 8 yards to go on second down. Now it's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On the screen, this is Eckler. Breaks through the contact. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season.
Herbert has it knocked free.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Ty Long now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Play action. Now it's Tua.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will do it for the... And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. This is Jakeem Grant. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room? And this is, oh, my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Miami. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
Another catch there for Waddle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little. Because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Herbert off of play action. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Herbert on third down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Raekwon Davis with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. On is the punter long here as he sends this one away. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They'll run on first down. Duckworth, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now a give right side. Duckworth, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. The field goal would have been a pretty decent length, but I'm still kind of surprised they didn't kick it.
Yeah, I know, because you think you take the 3 there, trust him. But at the same time, if you can't pick up a few inches in this situation, you probably don't deserve to win the game anyway. Go get it, and they did.
Dancing to his left.
And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll keep it on the ground. Duckworth. Oh, he pulls over him. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a